The problem with you is that you talk, you don't program. When I tell you tomorrow is a power service, meet me the day before. I wake up in the morning, everybody in my house knows that you can't greet me at that time. Because the power service I told you about, I have to go and write it on the altar. If I finish writing it, I can stroll here with a white suit and make declarations and they will happen. The problem most people have is that they don't write program. We need programmers. We need programmers. When you are praying, you are creating the outcome. You are creating the outcome. And when you are done writing, there's what we call the note of victory. The body will live deliberately. Nothing happens to those who create change. They make it happen. And the way to make it happen is first of all, talk it and then program it. Your life and the quality of your life is at the mercy of your action. And so that vision you are procrastinating on, hoping that one day it go better, there's no day like that. Those who understand the ways of God have studied the realms. They know that the only day that awaits men are evil days. But when you rise up, the evil day becomes the day of manifestation. Actions, it changes everything. I have many scriptures, but I can't read them. 3 steps you must take when taking actions for God to recognize. Number 1, speak it. That's where actions begin from. You know, in the era of wars, of sovereignty, kings knew how to win. It's talk. If you can't talk, you are finished. In this life, if you cannot talk, you are finished. Those days when kings want to go to war, the army will gather and then they will bring the orators. If the orators talk, all your adrenaline will rise up and you will see people fight to the death. So victories and conquests are actually a product of the right wars. That's what the Bible means when it calls it wars in season. To be able to utter the right word at the right time is a gift. And men who take actions that produce results, one thing they know to do and know to do very well is to speak correctly. They say the right thing at the right time in the right place. If you can get this, even the word can be given to you. Words, they are some of the most powerful weapons you can find on the face of the earth. And so here was Paul's verdict. In 2 Corinthians chapter 4 verse 13, he said, according as it is written, he said, they believe and have spoken. He said, we also, having the same spirit of faith, we believe. And the proof that we believe is that we speak. If we don't speak, it means we don't believe. But the moment we believe, we begin to speak. You cannot see a word that you have not spoken. Else, you will live in the one somebody else spoke you into. And so if you don't want to live in the reality somebody else created, you must create yours with words. Create it. Listen, make talking a way of life. The reason people go nowhere and have no worthy manifestation is because most times the things they even say are the topics others raise for them. When you should be talking your way forward and upward, they bring somebody's matter to you and you sit on it and talk for 3 hours and you think you are making progress. After 10 years, both you and the person talking about that person, you will still talk because it means that person is the one creating news for you. When you find great people, they have talking sessions the way they have thinking sessions. Some people will lock themselves in the room, stand in front of the mirror, CEOs, and tell themselves they can do it. They've done it before, they will do it again. And if they don't do it, nobody else will. And they will do it so that the lives of others will be better. It's because they do it, that's why the world is a better place. And they will talk themselves until the anointing will rise. Sometimes you need to go and lock yourself in the room and tell yourself, I am the head and the head only. Everything I do prospers. I don't know how to fail. What you are doing is that you are not psyching yourself. You are re-educating your spirit. You are reprogramming your soul. Because what you say is what you become. He said, keep me in remembrance of my word. According to thy word, thou shalt be justified. That means your justification is at the mercy of your speakings. Your manifestation is at the mercy of your speakings. That's why you have to re-educate your tongue. There are some people who unconsciously speak wrong. You need to go and sit down and re-educate your tongue. And there are 2 ways of doing it. Either you write out what you want to say and begin to say it, or listen to those who speak correctly and hear them for a long time. You too will start talking correctly. And then the second way of taking action is to program your outcome. And in scripture, there are not too many ways of programming. One of the most potent way of programming is by prayer. In 1 Kings 17 verse 1, Elijah stood before the king and said, before God whom I stand, there shall be no rain or dew. If you didn't know the organic, you will think, my God, Elijah is powerful. He spoke and things are happening. No, it doesn't happen like that. In James 5:16, the Bible told us what Elijah did after speaking. He said he prayed earnestly that it should not rain, and it did not rain. So after Elijah spoke, Elijah went back and wrote the program. And the way to write the program is by prayer. You condition it. And when Elijah was done, in 1 Kings 18, verse 41 to 44, see what Elijah did. This is spiritual intelligence. You want to find a man who has manifestation and can replicate it. He knows these things. He said, and it came to pass after, many days, that Elijah said unto Ahab, get thee up, eat and drink. Go back quickly, verse 42. He said, get thee up, eat and drink. And Elijah went up to Carmel, and he cast himself down to the earth and put his face in between his knees. The guy showed up, told the king, relax. Why are you behaving like this? Go home and eat. Rain will come. He didn't see anything, but he knows programming. When he finished talking, the Bible said he went to Mount Carmel. Are you hearing ascension? He ascended, and then he cast himself down, put his face in between his knees. And what did he start doing? He started praying. He started praying. And as he was praying, he was asking his servant, go and check. Because he knows what he was doing is a program. He said, go and check 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. If you don't know it, you would have relaxed and said, this thing is not working. Elijah knew it like he knew his name. And the guy went until 7 times. And until the 7th time, he said, I saw what looked like the fist of a man. And he said, that is the sound of an abundance of rain. That is the sound. I finished the program. And the moment it happened, in verse 44, the guy stood up. Prayer has ended. Because prayer is not a religious activity. Prayer is a program. I'm done with the program. The manifestation has come. Immediately, there was an abundance of rain. And it didn't stop there. The energy and the leftover from that program fell upon him. And he said the hand of God was upon Elijah. And he outran the chariot of Ahab. The problem with you is that you talk, you don't program. When I tell you tomorrow is a power service, meet me the day before. I wake up in the morning, everybody in my house knows that you can't greet me at that time. Because the power service I told you about, I have to go and write it on the altar. If I finish writing it, I can stroll here with a white suit and make declarations, and they will happen. The problem most people have is that they don't write program. We need programmers. We need programmers. When you are praying, you are creating the outcome. You are creating the outcome. And when you are done writing, there's what we call the note of victory. The body will lift. You know that it is done. When you come into the service, you can choose to wear a jean and t-shirt. There will be healing. You can choose to wear a white suit. There will be healing. You can choose to wear an agbada. There will be healing. Because the healing is not in the dress. It's in the program that you have written. Sometimes you write that program until your eyes will open. You will start seeing the service before you come for it. Life is lived deliberately. Nothing happens to those who create change. They make it happen. And the way to make it happen is first of all, talk it and then program it. If you are in light, priesthood is a sentence. You can't deny it. Because all your outcome, you create them on the altar. You think the politicians that come to boast, they are not spiritually intelligent. They are highly, highly, highly intelligent. When they are done speaking in the night, they are carrying a goat somewhere, tying only wrapper. They are programming it because the world will be empty if it is not programmed. When they finish that assignment, if you like, do a rally. They know what they've done. They know the potency of what they've done. Only believers lack spiritual intelligence. Don't talk and sleep. Talk and pray. That's how it works. When you are done talking, go to your altar. Pray until the body lifts. That time answer has come. Even if the devil gangs up, he can't change it. And the person talking to you is not giving you lectures. I've been in terrible situations. Terrible situations. I know how to program my way out of debt. I know how to program my way out of failure. I know how to program my way out of reproach and frustration. It's on the altar. If you will dig deep, you will find the path that no fowl knoweth. The path that the vulture's eyes have not seen is a path on the altar. And only those who travel by the Spirit will find it. When you find it, you become as ancient as the one that speaks your destiny. And then when you are done programming, then you do it. That's why I say faith without works is dead. You stand up, you say you own the biggest real estate investment in Africa. You have spoken well. Now that you have spoken well, go and create it in prayer. When you now finish creating it, as money begins to come, start buying land. These 3 things must happen. You must create it, you must program it, and you must start taking act. The moment God sees that the cycle has been completed with action, then God releases his spirit. That's when it will begin to grow beyond your understanding. Many people don't see manifestation because they don't know the protocol. It begins with consciousness, it goes into heart posture, it moves into ascension, and then it moves into actions of faith.